Well, good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. It is time, even though it's a little later than normal, um, almost 9 o'clock. Um, but it's time for our devotion time that I can share, that I've read. And looks like good temperature today. Right now I have 69, high is 76. Give us a little break from the heat. And I have to stay inside when it gets at 90s. Even though I was out in it Sunday for about 5 hours, it was long enough. But it's always good. Got a good rain yesterday and last night, especially. And we needed it. Even though when it doesn't rain, grass don't grow. So you don't get to mow your grass. So what we're going to experience today is from Rick Warren, my usual daily reading. Comes from him, one of the couple that I read. And today's topic is, are you experiencing truth decay? It says from John 8:32, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Well, he goes on, it says, for many years there have been what I call a crisis of credibility in our culture. You can find corruption pretty much everywhere. In politics, amen, business, sports, academics, entertainment, and even in churches. You probably could give an example of a scandal in every major sector of society. What is the cause of this decline in moral values? I can say it in 2 words: truth decay. Jesus said, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And freedom comes from truth. The more you know the truth, the freer you are in your spirit, in your life, in your family, in every way. The opposite is also true. The more you give up on truth, the more you forfeit your freedom. Rick says, I intentionally chose this phrase, truth decay, because I think it emphasizes what's been happening in our society. Slowly, little by little, there has been an erosion of the value of truth. We don't value truth like we used to, and it's slowly eroding the world we live in. It's the same with your teeth. When tooth decay begins, you don't even notice it. You can't feel it. You can't see it, but it's happening. And if you don't stop it, you'll eventually lose their tooth. Done that. In recent decades, there has been a shift away from truth as the foundation of our society. At one point, most people generally agree on what was right and what was wrong. And if people don't do right, at least they knew right. But today, many people claim they don't even know the difference between right and wrong, or that there's no such thing as right or wrong. This idea, yeah, what happened here? This idea that there is no such thing as truth is called postmodernism. It's a big word for me to say. It's built on the idea that there are no absolutes, that there's an unworkable, irrational philosophy. Everyone depends on absolutes. When you go in the pharmacy, you trust that the pharmacy will absolutely give you the correct prescription. It's kind of like what I said Sunday about faith. When you approach a stop sign, other drivers expect you to absolutely stop. When a rocket heads into outer space, there are thousands of absolute calculations to keep it on course. The whole world, every single day of your life, operates on absolutes. So in postmodernism, people value tolerance more than they value truth. All ideas are equally valid, but that's nonsense, Rick Warren says. If I say the moon is made out of rock, and you say the moon is made out of Swiss cheese, those ideas are not equally valued. There are a lot of things in life that are absolutely and always true. And there are a lot of things in life that are absolutely and always thoughts. So in a world that values tolerance over truth, it's easy to let truth decay into your own heart and life. So think about in the next few days, let's look at how we can know and hold on to what is truth, true, so we can live in the freedom that Jesus promises. No task for us. So, and as usual, when he's done, he has some questions to talk it over, to think about. First one is, what signs of truth decay do we see in our community or in our nation? Hello. How have you experienced truth decay in our own life when you've embraced ideas that are untrue? And the last question is, how have you experienced freedom when you've embraced God's truth? Good questions to ponder on, right? The truth will set us free, right? That's what Jesus said. That's what we should live by, the truth. So, all said and done, it's time to leave, time to do whatever we can. We got a nice, at least where I'm sitting, it's nice and cloudy. Temperature is just right. Could stay there for all I care. Go about our business. So hopefully you have a blessed day. And come Sunday, which I know is going to be hotter, hope to see you at church. Have a good day.